KCCI 8 News starts right now with breaking news.
A large fire has been raging in the city of Marengo for hours. You can see a big plume of smoke filling the sky there. A biodiesel plant in Marengo exploded earlier in the day. The Iowa State Patrol says all of the workers at the Heartland Crush are now accounted for, but nearby homes have been evacuated. KCCI has multiple crews in Marengo tonight, which is about 90 miles due east of Des Moines. We start with Amanda Rooker. And Amanda, what happened here?
Steve, this site here in Marengo is still so striking. Right behind me, this is a biofuels plant, and authorities say they took calls around 11:20 this morning that an explosion and a fire broke out. But now, more than 5 hours later, you can see those flames are still raging. When I walked up, even without the camera, just your eyes, you can see this bright orange raging. But I'll let the camera zoom in a little bit closer so you can see just how hard these firefighters are working to still battle these flames. This thick, dark plume of smoke has been traveling through the sky for hours. Firefighters are using water to try and put that out, water and foam, and they've been working hard for hours. Again, as I mentioned, we learned that calls of a fire and an explosion here at this biofuels plant came in around 11:20 a.m. At that point, around 30 people were inside that building. Iowa State Patrol confirms all of those people have been accounted for. University of Iowa Healthcare says they are treating right now between 10 and 15 patients who were at that explosion. Now, they can't comment on the specific conditions, but they say the majority of those people are in minor to the moderate category of injuries. Those injuries are mostly burn and trauma related. Iowa State Patrol also says right now they're still monitoring air and water quality. We don't know what led to this explosion, but the Iowa Fire Marshal is still on site searching for what caused this fire and explosion. Firefighters still working hard to battle this. We don't know how long it's going to take to put this out, but we heard more information from Iowa State Patrol earlier. Take a listen.
With a hazmat situation, this is a biofuel plant, my understanding. So with that, we look at what's possibly in there. We try and figure out what chemicals are there, look at the hazmat guide and say, okay, we want to evacuate these people. Of the injuries we saw that came out, a few of them were burn related, obviously. So a few of them were some other issues that I'm not a doctor that I can speak to. But we do know there was some burn injuries. Those people are being treated for those injuries. To what severity, I cannot tell you. I just know that everybody that came out of the building in one way or a point was not a fatal.
It's good news, at least to hear there on the condition of those people that were inside the building. Another thing that I want to point out to you is just how many first responders are here behind me. You can see almost those red, white, and blue lights flashing for about as far as the eye can see. We learned that when authorities got those first calls around 11:20 this morning, that first responders anywhere from 30 to 50 miles responded, and there's still a heavy presence of firefighters working to put out these flames. Another thing that authorities are saying is that if you're anywhere within this area, please stay far away. We're here close by so that we can bring you these important updates of what's going on. But if you're a member of the public, authorities are asking people to please stay far away for your safety. We'll be here all night and we'll continue to bring you updates as they come. I'm live here in Marengo, Amanda Rooker, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Thank you, Amanda. KCCI's Bo Bowman was the first Des Moines reporter to arrive on the scene in Marengo today. And Bo, how are the people of Marengo dealing with this big explosion?
Well, Steve, we've been here since about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and everyone we've talked to so far has said the same thing. They just can't believe this. They can't believe the size of it, how long it's taken to put it out, and then also the response. We're a ways away, and you can really get a grasp just by looking at the lights here on scene of how many responding agencies are here, and that smoke just continues to billow out of that building. Every once in a while you can hear those powerful hoses just pelting water onto the sheet metal walls. And take a look at this video that we captured with Sky 8 earlier today. This shot really encapsulates how large this smoke plume was this afternoon, hanging like a dark cloud over Marengo. And here a close-up, you can see the massive flames burning inside the plant as firefighters doused the building with water and foam. We watched from a safe distance as crews battled the fire for hours. Some were evacuated from their homes here on the east side of town. Others working nearby even said the explosion shook their building. Even neighbors told us that debris was falling from the sky caused by the fire on the west side of town.
There has been pieces from the fire that have fallen all the way on the west side of town. And I mean, it's just been a crazy day and full of sirens and noises.
Coming into Marengo all the way to the end, every block's got at least 8 emergency vehicles going down it. They're going around on ATVs, everything. It's just crazy.
And as the sun is setting here in Marengo, that smoke just continues to rise up out of that building. They're going to be working here for hours to come. We don't have a timeline exactly on when this will wrap up, but officials do want people to know that if you are one of those people that were evacuated, they're asking you to stay out of your home until they can wrap this up. They don't know if things could change. The wind could shift, and that could just change everything. So it's very active still, and they're wanting people to stay away until they can get this under control. But for now, we're live in Marengo. Bo Bowman, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.